Hi guys, and welcome to episode 10 of the Batmobile build. In this episode I'm going to be making the steering wheel, then I'm going to be making and fitting all the pieces of the steering mechanism. Once all that's done, I've got some more work to do on the front of the car. It's another busy day, so let's get making. This is a special piece for me. 15 years ago I was going to make a Batmobile. I started with this piece for the steering wheel, but then I changed my mind and instead I made Lady Penelope's Fab 1 from Thunderbirds. You can see a photograph of that in the end credits of this video. But I kept this piece knowing that one day I'm going to make a Batmobile and this is going to go into the steering wheel. Well, that day is now, and today I'm going to make the steering wheel. And this is going in it. The next thing I have to do is put a 25mm recess in the centre of the steering wheel, deep enough to take the weld and the thickness of the bar. Once that's done, I can drill a hole 20mm and the nut will fit inside the hole. After that, I cut the same shape as the piece of bar and recess that so that when it fits in, I can put the bat symbol on top and everything will be flush. Obviously, steering wheel's not finished yet, but I've test fitted it just to see where it sits, and for me it sits just a little bit too low. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off. I'm going to take this bracket off. I'm going to adjust the angle on this bracket so that the steering wheel sits about 5 or 6 centimeters higher. What that means is I'll have to adjust the 2 push rods, but luckily I made them adjustable, so that's quite easy. Not a big problem. You expect stuff like this when you're making something for the first time. today I spent a lot of time making the steering wheel. I wanted to put a layer of clear resin on top of the bat symbol that had recessed into the wood. But when I put the resin on, the clear resin all turned white. It was a right mess. So very quickly I had to scrape it all off. I didn't have time to film it. It was just a complete mess. I didn't have much time because the resin was going hard. So what I've done now is I mixed up some more resin. You can see how thick the resin is. It's lovely and smooth, as you can see. And now all I have to do is round all the edges off and put some finger holes in the back. There's still a lot of work to do on this yet, but I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to wait for a few days until the resin's absolutely rock solid. I think it's still just a little sticky at the sides. I'm going to fit these pieces, then I can order some lights. I can then trim it all up and start to make it look a bit nicer. And once all that's done, I'm going to move on to the back of the car and start that. I've put one of these pieces on each side. The idea being, once the glue's dried, I can blend this in. So while the glue's drying, I'm going to start the back of the car. Well guys, that's it for this episode. If you like what I'm doing, let me know by hitting that like button and leaving a comment below. In the next episode, I'm going to be building all the back of the car. If you don't want to miss it, click on that subscribe button. And in the meantime, if you need to know, ask an expert. And I'm no expert. Catch you next time.